What's going on, guys? David here. Oh, guys. What an absolutely stressful match that was to watch. Very, very stressful. And I could have a few things to say, whole bunch of things to say, but obviously we're going to go down through the whole match, really break it down in its entirety, because from start to finish, I think Real Madrid, let's be honest, for me, did not perform how they should have done in a semi-final. I know we're playing at the Allianz Arena. I know it's in Germany. I know it's against Bayern Munich. But still, make a statement in this Champions League at a semi-final point, 100% you need to turn up better than that. So welcome everybody in the chat, much appreciated. Obviously, thanks you very much for joining. Obviously from Lee's raid, much appreciated. Lee, obviously we just done the watch along with Lee Gunner, and yeah, I think he was just as stressed as I am. So Luca, much appreciated. Thank you much for joining. Adele, great game, big up bro. Thank you very much, everybody, much appreciated. And yeah, we'll start obviously with the game. Oh, guys. First person I need to really go on, and I don't want to go on a tirade about him because he's performed some parts really well across the season, and yeah, some parts not so. But Bellingham, guys. Let's start with Bellingham, guys. I want to put a question out to you guys in the chat, yeah? Overall, Bellingham today, do you think that he's shown the quality of a truly world-class quality player? For me, 100% no. Today was absolutely stinky, mate. It was proper. He dropped an absolute stinker today. His quality as a footballer, I agree, his quality as a footballer, but he relies on serious purple patches, unreal purple patches. The beginning of the season, yes, I agree, played excellently well. Everybody thought he was going to be this amazing footballer that's like come to us. He's been, he's price tag, everybody, the star boy of Real Madrid. But what happened today, the whole match, guys, he did absolutely nothing to warrant his price tag. Absolutely nothing to warrant his price tag. I could not believe actually what I was watching. He lost the ball, I don't know how many times, yeah? He didn't create anything, although Real Madrid as a team didn't really play well, obviously, in transition overall. But as a team, guys, Bellingham dropped an absolute stinker. You have to admit on that one. Hassan said he wasn't good, but let me just take off the overlay, guys, so we can actually see what Hassan is saying. Okay, let's take off this. There we go. He wasn't good, but it was the role he was playing. He was way too high up most of the time. Agreed. He was way too high up most of the time. He did well in parts defensively. I think, obviously, the low block that Real Madrid had across the whole match pretty much against Bayern Munich, especially in that first half, that first 20 minutes, we were getting absolutely peppered until Vinny scored. So it was pretty good on that part. But I think in attack in general, I think Bellingham was so poor today. Absolutely so poor. I didn't see nothing from him. I think overall, I'm going to give player ratings today as well, guys. So let's start with Bellingham, guys. What did you think Bellingham performed at today? I'm completely going on a 3 out of 10. I couldn't believe actually what I was watching today. He was absolutely dropping a major stinker against Bayern Munich. Let's see how he turns up against the second half and the second leg, and also Ancelotti taking him off at that crucial time pretty much. I think overall, when Modric came on, we controlled the football better. Brahim Diaz came on, much better control of the football. So I think Bellingham was in part, not to blame overall for the result, but I think having that three up front, and I'm going to go into Vinny and Rodrigo in a second, but I don't think he was all that good. Let's see. I don't know how they could say he's a most important player. when Vinny's always clutch player in big games. Agree, 100%. Vinny is the clutch player in big games. And I want to go on to Vinny in a second, but let me read a few of these comments first before we go any further. Ping Boy Carty says Bellingham is closer to average than world class. He doesn't receive the ball well. 100%. His first touch is sometimes excellent and sometimes atrocious. He has nothing in between, so I don't really I don't think he was doing that much, to be honest, on that front also. And Modric is good. Lucas said, yeah, 100%. When Modric came on, guys, obviously I like Modric. This guy is our bread and butter in midfield, along with Kroos and along with Tchouaméni, yeah. So when Modric came on, I felt we had much better control of the ball, but we need to think of, in that second leg, especially, who is going to be... I know Bellingham's going to start. We know Bellingham's going to start, guys. We know he's going to start. But in that second leg, is Kroos and Modric the duo that we need in midfield to actually cause more problems going up front? Especially, Kroos and Modric, they're going to pass for passing's sake, and they're going to build up the play nicely with Tchouaméni as the holding midfielder, or even Camavinga in that position. But the situation is with Real Madrid, today's starting lineup, I think was decent, but I think we need Modric. What are you guys thinking? Do we need Modric in the second leg against Bayern Munich? I think it's very, very crucial. Bellingham's thought today on the performance. Do you think, if when we have Mbappe next season, do you feel you'll be elite strong again if you don't win the CL? I want to go on Mbappe in a second because I think it ties in nicely with what I'm going to talk about with Vinny and Rodrigo. So I think Vinny and Rodrigo, as a duo up front, guys, we've got to be honest, yeah? We've got to be honest. It's worked, obviously, in the league, but I still think that we suffer. We suffer up front. These guys are naturally wingers. We're playing them pretty much in a two. Obviously, they do go out wide with Bellingham dropping a little bit forward, but is that really going to progress the team forward? I don't think it is. Vinny played decent across the game. He scored, obviously, that goal. Kroos, what a pass, by the way, guys. What a bloody pass. Kroos, honestly, everything that I've said about this guy, that I've slated him, that was immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. I've slated him so many times, and he just pulls that out of the bag when Real Madrid are literally with their backs to the wall. They're with their backs to the wall, Bayern are putting relentless pressure on our defence, and suddenly out of bloody nowhere, Kroos delivers a brilliant ball to Vinny, and Vinny slots it through. So, look, for me, I think Vinny and Rodrigo, obviously, they're going to play out wide, but will Mbappe, if he comes in, is he going to be replacing Rodrigo, potentially, or is he going to be playing as a striker? I think Real Madrid need a striker. And I think if Mbappe can fulfill those boots, I think they'll be 100% what we need for Mbappe, and he's part to play in this team. Modric landed the middle rules, unlike Bellingham. Rance is going to cook him. Yeah, absolutely. We know that already. Hey, Dave, as a Bayern fan, we've got a Bayern fan. Hey, Dave, as a Bayern fan, I doubt we can win in Spain. But if there was a team built with a mix of mentality, experience, and quality that could cause trouble out of Spain, it's probably us. I 100% agree. This tie is not over. Real Madrid cannot go back to Spain and sit or play like we play today. We cannot do that. I know it's controlled. I know we have excellent defensive ability, especially with Rudiger. Rudiger, by the way, guys, absolute animal. He played excellently today. And I think Nacho needs to sit out next game. Militao needs to come in. And sit in that back two with Rudiger. Carvajal needs to replace Vasquez. Vasquez was completely out of his depth today. I see Musiala cooking him various times today. And I think Musiala is the player that Real Madrid needs to go through in the summer. That guy is absolutely brilliant. But Carvajal, he needs to come out of the team. Vasquez needs to come out of the team, and Carvalho needs to sit in that right back spot. Obviously, left back, Mendy. I don't think he did all that well today. I think Sane on that side is going to cause him major problems in the second leg as well. So for me, we have to look at Fran Garcia maybe with a little extra pace. I know Mendy's stronger than Fran Garcia, but Fran Garcia is just a little bit quicker and maybe a little bit more responsive than Mendy. So I don't know. That's a toss-up between those two. But yeah, Vasquez, he did not perform as well today like he did against Barcelona. Didn't make that many overlapping runs. I think Ancelotti's tactics, they set out a bit differently today. They were like, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to take a draw. We're going to go back to Spain. We're going to try win back in Spain, and a draw is a minimum. So I think that's pretty much what Ancelotti said today. We need to go. Okay. Question is, Mbappe going to find his scoring boot with the likes of Vinny Marie and Jude all in the starting 11 going to be tricky next season? Absolutely, I agree. It's going to be hard to adjust into that system, but I don't know, Ancelotti may find a way to do that. Let's go back to Militao. Would be good in the next game besides Rudiger in defense, 100%. I mentioned that, and I think and just going into that, yeah, draw is really good away from home, but obviously the result is going to be different in Spain. It has to be a win. We have to go for the win, so I think it's just going to be a bit more progressive. I think Modric, Cruz, Tchouaméni, Carvajal, Militao, Rudiger, and then Fran Garcia with the front three of Vinny, Rodrigo, and Bellingham, I think would be the best thing going forward. Now, I wanted to talk about obviously Vinny and Rodrigo. And again, Rodrigo, boy, that guy, he's very hit or miss. He's very, very hit or miss. Very, very hit or miss. I don't think that Rodrigo today showed his true quality as a player. I love Rodrigo. I do love him to bits, but I don't think he showed his true quality as a player. I think today he was just very, very just, I don't know the word, man. I don't know what word to use. He's just very clumsy, super clumsy today. Running into players, not really doing much, just backing himself into a corner. And I can't remember the left back of Bayern Munich, but he had him on toast. He had him on toast the whole game, and I don't think Rodrigo done particularly well in the second game. In the return leg, I think he needs to really turn up majorly to prove a point in this semi-final. I think Rodrigo is a quality player, very talented, and can score great goals at great times. He does perform clutch. He does have clutch goals in him. So we're looking at the second leg, seeing what can be done. I think Valverde. Valverde is a player that will shore up the defense, and the midfield, including Tchouaméni and Cruz. I think. Do you know what? We don't want to go too defensive because you isolate players like Rodrigo. You isolate them because if we just literally relying on the counter-attack too much, then you're isolating players like Rodrigo, you're isolating players like Vinny, and you're isolating Bellingham. So Bellingham is going to have to pick up the ball, retrieve it, and then deliver it to the wingers, and then they come in, maybe score a goal. So I think overall, I think Rodrigo needs to drop a bit deeper if we're going to play this system and try and build up the play a little bit more with the players and try and transition up the pitch in a slower manner, more possession-like, and then maybe we can hurt Bayern. But the way Bayern were playing today, I think they're going to play exactly the same style going into Spain. They're going to play exactly the same style, and we need to lock up Musiala, but I don't think it's going to be the same type of game. I think Real Madrid will be more on the front foot. So we need players that are going to pass in between the lines. We need Modric, we need Cruz, and we need Tchouaméni in that midfield. So yeah, going to that. Rodrigo for me needs to be drop. deep. As I mentioned, it needs to drop there. I don't really feel I don't have a proper number 9 that's a problem having replaced Benzema. 100%. And you can see in this game that we needed a Benzema. We needed somebody in the box ready to poach something out of nowhere and score a goal. Or create something, or hold-up play has to be done. Because I don't think Bellingham's good at hold-up play. I don't think he can hold up the ball that well. He doesn't really bring others into the game. He done certain things good today, but his hold-up play is not really there. So I think a proper striker that can hold up the ball and bring the wingers in. I think Bellingham, he's going to drop deeper next season. 100% going to drop deeper and play more with the midfield, which is more naturally his position. And Ancelotti tried to shoehorn Bellingham into that number 10 role this season. So it's a bit weird on his part, but I think overall, he's a very talented player. So I need to think of. We need to think of something else to do with Bellingham that can, overall contribute to the team's success in the future. But yeah, I've been going back to it. I'm going to read a couple of more chats later on. But I just want to talk more on the match because I think it's. I was not impressed. I was not impressed, guys. I was not impressed by the match that much. This whole season has been very weird. I know we're in the league by crazy amounts of points. We're in the league by 11 points, but this match has reaffirmed my worries about Real Madrid this season. Yeah, we've won the league already, fine, but we haven't been playing all that well to win it anyway. And I think the quality of the league, I think Atletico Madrid has been poor, Barcelona have been poor, Girona was very good at the start of the season, kind of phased out now. So I don't know, it's just very, very synonymous of what's happened across the season. I don't think this controlled style of football works for Real Madrid. Yes, we've been winning crazy amounts again. Yes, we haven't conceded crazy amounts of goals. Yes, we're a very hard team to beat. But attacking wise, is it something that I really want to watch? No. Is it something that I really want to watch? Absolutely not. I think there needs to be some fluidity. Madrid has always been a team that have been fluid in attack and play some outstanding football at times, like we did against Girona. That is exactly the example that I want. And I know Girona are not the absolute best that we can play against, but we absolutely fried them. Left, right and centre. They could not handle us at all. Barcelona Super Cup, same again. Barcelona last game, not so much. I think across the season, it's just been a bit very, very weird, and I don't know what's wrong completely. But yes, defensively, our shape has been excellent. So maybe we're just relying on a little bit of quality up front. And that's what Ancelotti's probably thinking. Rely on a little bit of quality up front, yeah. And we have the quality up front to do that. We have Vinny, we have Bellingham, and we have Rodrigo. But what's the plan moving forward? Especially after this semi-final second leg. This second leg is going to determine what Ancelotti's going to do moving forward with this team. 100% it's gonna determine what Ancelotti's doing moving forward with this team, especially going into next season, because this football is not sustainable for me. 100% not sustainable. Man City's been doing this slightly this year as well, so I don't think it's that sustainable, and I don't really like seeing this from a Madrid side. It's very it's just boring to watch. It's boring to watch, and it's not fluid at all. I can't take my hat off to Real Madrid and say, oh my God, what a performance. Like, applaud them. Not every single game. I know some games are going to be tougher than others, but they look like they're in control. But like, for that first 20 minutes, this is a perfect example. First 25 minutes of this game against Bayern, we were getting fried, mate. We get absolutely fried. I know we didn't concede, but we were getting cooked, mate, left, right, and centre. That chance, I think it was Musiala, or I think it was Sane, I can't remember who is. That first chance they had in the very first minute, Lunin make a brilliant save there. If that went in, I think Real Madrid would have completely capitulated for the whole match. They could have turned up, but I think if that went in, it would have completely changed the game. So we're relying on little moments. We're relying on absolute top quality up front from Vinny, Rodrigo, Bellingham, like I said. Also the contributing midfield to actually do something well. So for me, it's a very tough watch. Honestly, it's a very tough watch. And even Lee can confirm that he's not really been enjoying watching Real Madrid, but we're getting the results. So it's a bit of a weird one here. Vasquez is a weak point, not against. Let me just take off the oval again. Sorry, guys. Vasquez is a weak point, not really against Barcelona. I thought he was amazing, but today against true quality opposition, and the likes of Musiala, Kane also was pretty decent today. Honestly, I think he's out of his depth. So Carvajal come in, do a job, and then progress through to the final of the Champions League. I think it's going to be very, very important to have Carvajal in the second leg. For me, it's probably one of the most important ones because we need that really true, experience from a player that's going to turn up in that big game in the second leg in Spain and see, obviously, where it moves from there. So, yeah. I missed the game. How did Madrid play? Decent. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't think it was anything different than that. Trust me, nothing different than that. It was pretty dull across the whole match. Pretty dull. Let me see this. What about Camavinga man marking and playing a Valverde and Tchouaméni in midfield for pace? I think we need a playmaker. We need a playmaker in that second leg, 100%. So, Scott, I think we need a playmaker. It's either going to be Modric, it's either going to be Kroos. So, we need one of them. I actually think maybe Brahim Diaz starting in that second leg, but he's more of an impact player. Could be a different take on it. I don't think it's the right take, but it could be a different take on it. We'll have to see. But, look, for me, those three up front need to pull their head out of their asses, trust me. Because Vinny, yes, he scored 2 goals, but throughout the whole match, he was dull. Very, very dull. You can complain and you can say, oh, David, you're not happy that he scored 2 goals. But let me be honest with this, yeah. Vinny, he didn't play well across the whole match. He scored 2 crucial goals. And in these moments in the Champions League semi-final, they're worth their weight in gold. But on some occasions, he's not going to turn up. And Vinny's been doing this a few times throughout the season where he completely doesn't turn up in a game and then just produces a magic out of nowhere. And for me, that is the true quality of Vinny, where he may not be playing well, but he will never be someone out of my mind saying, oh, I'm going to drop him. Nah, he'll never be dropped. He will never be dropped. But Vinny produces quality moments in crucial times. And today he did that. The penalty, under pressure, completely under pressure. Neuer in goal and, slotted it perfectly past Neuer. What about Camavinga? Let me see this. I think that was a previous one. But yeah, so let me run through the team. Actually, let me give my ratings on the team. I'm going to go with Lunin first of all in goal. Pretty average. Near post, got beaten near post. I don't think Courtois would have let that go past him. I'm going to give Lunin a 5 out of 10. Vasquez, I'm going to give a 4 out of 10. He didn't perform at all pretty much throughout the whole match. Some nice interchange of play on the right hand side, but not much really. Rudiger, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Brilliant stuff from Rudiger. I think he was very, very good in maintaining distance and making crucial blocks against Kane. There was one crucial block that was Shaw, I think, going to Lunin's left hand side and made a crucial block, and they obviously went for a corner. So definitely great stuff from Rudiger. A definite 7 out of 10. Then we're going to go for Nacho. Got taken off. Didn't perform excellently that well, so I'm just going to go average. 5 out of 10 for Nacho. Mendy, a few mistakes. Very, very few mistakes that he made. So I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10 as well. Tchouaméni, good, decent build-up play. Obviously went to centre back after Nacho got hooked. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Cruz, excellent ball. For that one moment, I'll just give him an 8 out of 10 because Cruz was pressing. I've never seen him pressing in ages. So Cruz, brilliant pressing. Very, very good passing, distribution, everything across the whole pitch. So 8 out of 10. And then we're going to give Valverde, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Didn't really do much, but he was just, there. Rodrigo, 4 out of 10. Very, very poor across the whole match in its entirety. Bellingham, I already gave him a 3 out of 10. So that's pretty much that. And Vinny obviously scored 2 goals, so I have to credit that and give him a 7 out of 10 as well. So that's pretty much the player ratings across the board for Real Madrid. I don't know if anybody agrees with me or disagrees with me, but I think that's pretty much sums up Real Madrid across the board in the player ratings. Second leg, okay. Second leg, we need to be on the front foot. We need to be very, very bright in our passing. We need to control the ball really well, and we can't allow Bayern to get a sniff of a chance. Musiala, we have to bloody lock that guy up. We need to lock him up in chains, and I think a player that can actually do that is Camavinga. I think pressing Musiala would be a great job on Camavinga. I think he needs to be the one that's going to press him all the time. I would possibly start Camavinga second leg because Musiala is undoubtedly one of the brightest talents on this planet, and he needs to be locked up. So Musiala 100%. Camavinga possibly needs to start. So Kane, against him, I wouldn't really change anything. I think Rudiger, but Militao, like I said, needs to come in. And I'm kind of frustrated that Ancelotti didn't put him in today. I think Militao probably was the missing piece in that defence. But we need to see what Ancelotti does in the second leg in the back line. I'm not sure what's going on through his mind, but we have to see. I think Militao is the missing piece, that missing cog in that defensive back line. We need to be faster on the counter-attack and be very direct on the passing, especially in the counter-attack, because I know some of similar play style is going to be initiated by Bayern. They're going to be on the front foot a lot. They're going to try and pass around. But I think that counter-attack, Rodrigo needs to be performing much better. So let's see how they do. Let's see how Vinny does, and let's see how Bellingham does. But overall, decent performance, not the end of the world. I'm not bloody going, it's the end of the world. But I think a very decent performance from Madrid, and one for the second leg to reconsider, change a few things, and I think Real Madrid could win the Champions League if they go to the final against PSG or Borussia Dortmund. So much appreciated, guys. That was my 30-minute roundup of the match, Champions League. I don't think I've missed anything out. It was a very, very even game between the two sides, and Bayern performed really well. Give them credit. They performed really well, obviously rose to the pressure, and Real Madrid also rose to the pressure, got the goal back, and ended up a 2-2 draw against Real Madrid. But guys, let me know what you think. Let me see what people are saying. Big up legend. Hosley was the missing piece. No, 100%. Hosley was not the missing piece, bro. Hosley was not the missing piece. He's not my man, mate. He's not my guy. You would take a draw any day. Nah, I wouldn't take a draw any day. It's a bit mad. EAFC stream soon. Yes, 100%. We're going to be resuming Ultimate Team, past, present, and future, which is was a massive hit on the first day. So I'm really glad about that, and that got taken off. And then also we need to resume the career mode, which may be for after the season or during the season. We'll see anyway. But guys, thank you very much for joining. AJ Martin Modric was great. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for joining. That was like a 30-minute roundup, obviously, of the game. And what we're going to do is we're going to hope and pray that Real Madrid gets something done. We hope and pray that we get something done completely in the second leg. And yeah, it's going to be very, very tight. Trust me, it's going to be very, very tight. But much appreciated, guys. Thank you very much for joining. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.